Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, like I said last week, we're going to be talking about my first day of the Fire Academy, what I thought, what happened, how I felt, everything going into detail. Not too much detail because of a lot of legality type stuff. I'm not allowed to say the name of the fire department, where it's located, nothing like that. First off, starting out with the day, we kind of were sent to the main station, and we just kind of got there. We were told to wear like our normal clothes, so I just wore some cargo pants, shirt, and like boots because I thought we were going to be doing a lot of work. Now, we got our uniforms on the first day, basically about 10 minutes in. I got there at about 7 o'clock or 7:30 ish, and about 7:40 is when we started getting uniforms. Now, this is something I kind of forgot about, but when I was getting the uniforms, I purposely got the tighter size pants. That way it'll motivate me to lose some weight, because I'm not gonna lie, I have put on a few pounds since I kind of took the CPAT, because it has been a few months and I definitely regret not keeping active with it. There really is no excuse for that other than I was being lazy. So, yeah, I basically got a tighter pair of pants. Now I still fit into them, it still is fine, but basically it kind of presses on my stomach more, makes it a little bit more, just that little bit more much uncomfortable. It kind of just motivates me to want to fit into it to where it's comfortably, to where the belt is like actually fitting me, stuff like that. Because I feel like personally that has always helped me in the past. I mean, I don't know if any of y'all are trying to lose weight, it might end up working for you, just to do that little trick. I always kind of go like a size down, not to where it's like cutting off any circulation, but just enough to where it's like, hey, I want to be at this waist size, logically, maybe even less. So I'm going to put it at this waist size, and I'm going to wear it around. I'm going to feel what it'd be like in that waist size, and then eventually my hope is to actually fit into that waist size, if that makes sense. Now, on top of uniforms today, we got to try on the air packs, the like apparatus, our breathing, all of that. A cool little trick they taught me was that when you're putting on it, you kind of should put it on like a backpack, and that way it's, I guess, not as hard to put it on. If you put it on like one arm at a time, it might be a little weird. You might get things caught in it. So they told us to just put it on like a backpack. I did, worked perfectly, kind of just slid right in there. They also told us another cool, neat trick that I thought was pretty interesting. Basically, when we put it on, we want to lean forward and throw the back, like the pack, we gotta throw the pack onto our back, like upper collarbone, upper tailbone. That way, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we throw it onto our upper tailbone, then we tighten the top two straps, because I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen it, but there are two top straps, and you kind of, and there's like tighten, and then there's one on the gut, like your stomach. So they told us to kind of tighten the two top straps just a little bit, not too much, not at all, and then we tighten the gut one more than we've tightened anything else. That way it's resting on your collarbone instead of resting on your shoulders. After you're working for a long time, I guess it's less strain on your back, because you're kind of just using your hips to lift it instead of your whole upper body, because you're going to be moving around. It's going to be tight up there. It's the same basic principle of like when you're wearing a backpack and you kind of, those little kind of like two little strings that come off of it when you're in school. You kind of tie it up just to give you a little bit less weight on your shoulders, so you're not wasting energy that you could be using to save somebody's life. Now, moving on. Basically, after we got our uniforms today, we were told to clean the first fire truck. Something I never knew, and something I guess I could have figured, is that when you're cleaning a fire truck, you have to take out every single thing wipe it down, then wipe down the inside of all the compartments. I think there's about 8, no, there's about 8 compartments on each side from what I'm remembering, totaling 16. Now there was about 6 of us in the crew, so we were pretty much able to get it down in about 40 minutes. Kind of took everything out, wiped it all down, had to be put back exactly where it was. Now if you're going into the academy, I kind of used a little trick and I just took a picture with my phone because I thought that would be better. I didn't have to ask anyone where it goes, and I could kind of just throw it back on immediately. Another trick I used was I kind of just took out 2 things, took the other things that were in there, slid them to the right, cleaned the bay area, slid them to the left, cleaned the other side, cleaned the items, and then we were fine. But I don't think that really worked as well as just taking a picture, taking everything out, cleaning everything, putting it back in. Then, when you're done cleaning the interior of the fire truck, you have to clean the exterior, obviously. Now, I don't know if you have ever cleaned basically anything, like any truck, any vehicle like that. You just spray it down, you wet it around. Then, you take a sponge, or we took a big stick connected to a sponge, like a brush, and you kind of just wipe it down, doing soapy things, getting it all scrubbed and cleaned. Then you go all the way around with that soapy robe, all the way around the whole entire truck. Then you spray the entire truck down again, rinsing it all off. And then all of us took rags and we kind of dried and kind of polished the truck a little. After we did that, which again took about 30 minutes, it was pretty freaking shiny and pretty freaking clean. Now, something to look out for. I don't know what kind of fire department you're looking into going into, if you are looking to be a firefighter, or who knows, even if you're being a volunteer. We had to clean for our first day 8 separate fire trucks because every station came over and told us to clean their truck. That's taking everything out, cleaning it, putting everything back in, then cleaning the exterior, and then it was pretty freaking cool, but pretty freaking hot because it was about 100 degrees outside, and we were just sitting there kind of, in the heat cleaning. The best part of that whole thing was when one of our guys with the hoses, rinsing the truck, kind of just sprayed all of us with mist, and we were able to cool off that way. It was definitely a lot better, and I definitely, if you're one of those guys, spray down your friggin' crew. They will really, really appreciate it. I really appreciated it. It immediately cooled me down. All right. Anyways, moving on. A little side note. So, throughout the entire day, while we were doing everything, it was kind of a problem because we didn't start EMT yet. We start EMT next week from what I found out. We start about next Monday. Now, because we're starting next Monday, they don't really have a lot for us to do. And because they don't have a lot for us to do, we're kind of just stuck with cleaning this next week. So tomorrow is going to be lawn or something like that. We got to cut the lawn, do a bunch of weeding. I don't know. I'm not too sure. They weren't too sure about it either. But, sorry. So, kind of while they're finding stuff for us to do, they did have calls. Now, this fire station is very busy, it turns out, because they went on about 8 separate calls in the time we were there. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but where I am stationed is a very small town with, I believe, something like 12,000 people. So the fact that they went on so many calls is pretty crazy. But every time they went on a call, we pretty much just sat there, not knowing what to do. And I don't know. We just sat there. We talked, but we were just sitting there in the bay, drinking water bottles. I think I've today realistically went through about 10 water bottles, and I'm also drinking water right now. Yeah, stay hydrated. It's freaking crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to say that part. It's pretty crazy. Some cool things I did find out that I was very curious about is that our EMT school is going to be ending October 1st. And then if we pass EMT, we go directly into the fire part, or like the yeah, I think it's just fire side of the whole, academy. So when we're in the fire academy part, we have about 11 weeks, and that should put us out to about around December 18th, and then immediately be thrown on the line, which is pretty cool. I'm really excited for it, and yeah, this is awesome. Okay, moving on. My fifth and final thing I wanted to say today is about what I thought about the day. Now, I thought today was, one, really cool, but two, a little boring at not the whole day at all, but just a tiny bit, because you're kind of just standing around waiting to be told what to do. It's a little weird because it was our first day. It was a little weird just not having a task. It was a lot of cleaning, a lot of busy work, which I don't mind at all. I knew this was coming. I've heard from many people that you kind of just do busy work for the first few weeks anyways, so I'm more than happy to do it. It was just, I didn't realize how boring the waiting part would be, because yeah. But other than that, I really like the guys I'm going to be in the academy with. They're all really nice people, all very similar to me. They're also all very into working out like I used to be. I haven't been really working out lately. Sorry, I had to check if it's close. So I haven't been really working out lately, but I want to start getting into it again. I actually just ran 3 miles today. That wasn't a part of the fire academy. I kind of just did that on my own. I'm going to be doing that every day. I'm also going to be telling y'all if I do it every day, and I want to keep track with that because it's kind of my way of getting fit outside of the fire department. That way, when the academy rolls around October 1st, I don't have a problem at all through it, and I'm just able to just sweep the floor with everything. I'm just able to go through it. But yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. It was a pretty fun day today. I'm very tired. I'm gonna go to sleep now because I gotta be up early in the morning again. And yeah, if y'all enjoyed this video, please comment down below. If you have any questions, I'll be sure to actually just reply in the comments, or the second video will be posted tomorrow, so I could just read the comments, and top comment I will answer, of course. Alrighty, so yeah, bye.